Hi, it's Rebecca. I'm back. I'm working on another house. And so whenever I get like a little detail from a different house, I'll just put a video in here. So that, one video doesn't have a enclosed porch. I'll put that video up. Whenever a new element comes up, I'll make a video. So that no matter what kind of house you're working on, hopefully I'll have done a house that has some of the elements that you might need to know how to do. So right now I'm working on the front porch overhang. This is not an enclosed patio, but I was just using that as an example. But this one does have a little front porch deck, or a front porch, and then it has the railings around it. So I'm going to do the railings today. And I had a previous video about the how to make a fence, and it's the same concept. It's exactly the same. You're just putting it on the front porch. So I showed you how to do this in another video. And, to go all the way around the house. This house actually gets a picket fence too, and I'll show you how to do that later. But this part is for the porch. And so I measured it out and I bent it where I measured it out. I put the fence all together beforehand. Then I bent this part right here. That's going to get glued onto the house. And then I bent where the corner is. I also added these little pieces right here that have another bent piece of paper. There you go. Now you can see it. And I'm going to glue that down. So, and this paper that I glued on the back, it's a little stronger. It's a heavier weight paper than this paper, which also makes it sturdier. So I'm going to glue these on. I'm using a toothpick, and sometimes I use a paintbrush. It just depends. Depends on how tiny the detail is, and I just go according to that. I could use an itty bitty paintbrush if I wanted to, but toothpick is fine today. I'm using tacky glue for this. I love tacky glue. I think it's the best. Hot glue to me seems like plastic, and it kind of like dries like plastic, and sometimes it can like pop off just like a piece of plastic. So I prefer, when I can and I'm not in a rush, to use tacky glue. Okay, so I glued that on, and then you can use any kind of tool to reach back in there. Make sure those little bent pieces of paper are sticking to the house. And those as well. And then I just kind of like tidy it up a little bit. The glue dries clear. So unless you have globs and globs of it, then it's fine. I've never had anyone complain about it, so that's a good thing. It dries relatively quickly too. You know, it depends on how thick you put on the glue, but it could dry in less than a day. So there was that part. And then there's another piece of the fence that's going to go over here on this side. I also bent the little piece of paper so that part will stick to the wall of the house. And then I did the rails. So I had to measure these out. It's the same thing as the fence, but it's at an angle. So, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. There we go. I couldn't figure that out. Okay. So that's going to go right in there. And this one is the bent piece of paper also. And that's going to go on this end. And I already measured this out. Yeah, there we go. So it's going to go here. And this one's going to go on that side. Looks like I need one last long piece right here that I'm going to have to attach first, like the end pole, to put it in place. And then I'll just glue it on. Let me just cut a piece really quick. I'm going to reinforce this so it's a little bit sturdier, but I want you to see approximately. It's going to look like that. Okay, I'll be back with another video.